What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with the first game of the playoffs in the Premier League Season 4. Your four teams that, after all the group play, have made it to this stage are, well, two that you see on the screen, obviously. It's going to be Alliance versus Fnatic for this game, and additionally there is Team Liquid and VP.
5 seconds
Now, the way this works is that the group play just set up who is going to be in this playoff stage, not where they're going to be. So, right now, everyone's at an even spot. It's going to be Fnatic versus Alliance, then VP versus Liquid. Then the losers of that will go play their own thing and be in the loser bracket. The winners of that will play each other, and then they'll go on to the grand finals. So, yeah, that's how that's going to work. Additionally, I may have a cold or allergies or something, so I may be a little bit sniffly during this cast. I'll try to keep it as low as possible. But let's go over who is going to be drafted this game. It's going to be Lone Druid Chen, already being picked up for Fnatic, so already a lot of stuff just on the front lines of play. Getting that early Lone Druid for Trixie, most likely to head down towards the bot lane. And Fnatic definitely going to go for a safe tri-lane. Run a tri-lane up on the top lane with someone who maybe could farm really well, like the Ant Mage or Phases Void. To go for a super hard carry as opposed to just like a mediocre carry, or they could even go for the Juggernaut. I mean, Chen, Juggernaut is a solid pushing combination that Fnatic can run. With the Bane setup, that would be a pretty good kill lane as well. Just nightmare them, spin them, and Alliance, they'll be hard pressed to defend against that unless they run their own their offensive tri lane on the top lane as well. Lifestealer, of course, will be pretty much impervious to any of that kill attempts from the Fnatic squad. Keeper of the Light will most likely be at a very large distance, so he's to some degree going to be safe from that as well. But you know, between the Keeper of the Light as well as the Lifestealer, Alliance are setting themselves up for a decent kill lane. Nature's Prophet also being the pickup, so probably going to be a solo lane for Bulldog somewhere, whether it's top or bottom. Really up to Alliance. I feel like they should at this point go try with the setup that they have right now. Because you know that no matter what Fnatic is going to pick up, it's going to be that hard carry as well as Bane who have the most presence in the lane. Chen is going to be farming for a good deal of it, and that means you have the number advantage. That means it's going to be 3v2. You can make a little bit of aggression happen on that lane without Chen actually being there. So essentially it's going to be a dual lane and a jungle at certain points. So you open wounds and you charge up that Illuminate, you go to town. Looks like Alliance smelling that pushing potential from Alliance, going to ban out the Juggernaut. But still, Fnatic, well, yeah, their pushing is going to be fairly limited now, so it's probably just going to be Chen pushing, which isn't going to be aided by the healing ward, but, you know, Fnatic could still pick up the real hard carry. Puck being banned out from Fnatic as well, targeting Alliance's solo mid S4. Probably going to have a Queen of Pain banned out from him. Might even have a Storm Spirit. Lifestealer Storm Spirit's pretty damn good, although Lifestealer Nature's Prophet is also rather impressive.
10 seconds
Fnatic actually do have a lot of sustain on their side so far. Lots of heals. Both Bane as well as Chen can heal themselves a good deal. And Lone Druid just really tanky. So Alliance is going to need a little bit more damage, I feel, to really cut through the Fnatic lineup. They're going to pan out some more pushing-oriented heroes, the pushing carry, the Alchemist, as well as that Night Stalker being banned out. But Alliance definitely do need more damage with their final two pickups. If they go for something like a Shadow Demon, that would be a pretty large tell that they're going to go for an offensive tri-lane. But they do need a mid-hero for S4 who could really dish some damage, and both Queen of Pain, Night Stalker out of play, Magnus being banned out first from Fnatic actually. And who is going to be the pickup for the Alliance side? Really don't know. I mean, you could still go for some other mid-heroes like a TA. Actually wouldn't be too bad if S4 goes TA. I don't think I've seen S4 play TA in a long time though, if ever. I'm not sure how good his TA is. Definitely not like the legendary Scandal TA or something like that. But who knows? I'm sure you could play TA. If you're playing mid lane for a professional team, you should have a TA, right? Like, I feel like that should be a thing. Like, hey, you're going to play mid lane? Can you play Queen of Pain? Can you play Puck? Can you play TA? If so, then good. You're on the team.
10 seconds remaining.
But Alliance, their final ban out is going to be the Storm Spirit. So I guess that's clearly not their plan. They have something in mind for this mid lane.
Reserve time.
Could go for a Lina and try to run the Lifestealer Lina combination again. I mean, it kind of didn't really work versus in their last set versus Dignitas. Yeah, versus Dignitas. But if Fnatic don't pick up a hero with mobility in the mid lane, then it actually can work. Open wounds into LSA, into Pain. You might be able to get some kills that way, and well, Alliance have shown that they are willing to run a lineup like that. So it's just a question of what does Fnatic pick and how does Alliance respond to this. With their ban out of the Storm Spirit, it's a pretty big tell that they know, somewhat what their plan is to do. But a Fnatic pickup, which could cancel out all of their plans, you can never account for really what's going to happen.
Anti-mage.
And it is going to be a very, very hard farmer for Fnatic. So they're going to play super defensively and really just bide their time. They're in no rush for this game to end. Anti-mage is going to be farming, protected by the Bane, protected by the Chen somewhat as well. Lone Druid probably on the hard lane, not going to be farming as well as the AM. But still, Fnatic, their goal is to just take it to the late game. Wait till the anti-mage gets really big, wait till the Lone Druid gets big. Find some kills if you can when Chen gets some good creeps. But really, it's mostly going to be keep the anti-mage alive and make sure your towers are all going to survive as well.
5 seconds remain.
Alliance, going to go with the Rubik, actually. Not the best spells to steal on Fnatic. Anti-mage and Lone Druid fairly useless and as far as what you could steal. Blink is kind of nice, but definitely not show-stopping. I'm going to go for even more setup. Alliance still a little bit low on the damage, I would say. I was about to say that if they go for Leshrac, then they can make some really aggressive pushing happen. The Lifestealer Open Wounds setting up for the Split Earth would be a solid combination. But Rubik is the pickup for Alliance, and I think this is looking like they want to go for a defensive tri-lane themselves. I mean, Rubik and Keeper of the Light are both good in offensive tri-lanes, and Lifestealers as well. But together, there's not that much damage. Like, they have one stun from the Rubik, one slow, and they're going to have to rely a lot on the burst damage of the Keeper of the Light as well as that Fade Bolt to actually get any kills, because Lifestealer is probably not going to be able to hit anything, since Anti-Mage is going to blink away. Windrunner going to be that final pickup for Fnatic, so there's their solo mid hero? I don't know, Windrunner and Lone Druid definitely going to solo some lanes, just a matter of where. And really, I think, well, really, Alliance haven't picked up their final mid hero yet, so Fnatic's just going to hold that Windrunner and Lone Druid, and depending on what the final mid lane selection is for Alliance, then it's really going to tell Fnatic where they want to put their heroes. I mean, but Windrunner versus Lone Druid versus anyone, it's relatively even. I'd say that they have similar amounts of control. Lone Druid possibly a little bit more once he gets a couple levels up, but in the early stage, Windrunner definitely has the edge. So Windrunner has like levels 1 through 5, whereas Lone Druid has like 5 through 10, or something like that. So Alliance, what is there going to be their last pickup? Again, I feel like damage is going to be really helpful. You don't really want to sit back and let this Fnatic lineup farm, because even like Anti-Mage, Lone Druid, obviously we know how good late game they are, but even Windrunner can pick up some damage, go for a quick Hex Stick after a 4-staff, something like that, and then go for an MKB and really put the pain onto your side. And Alliance, although they do have the Nature's Prophet who can do a similar thing, they're going to go for the TA. Called it, I called it. Gonna go for as much damage as they can with their final pickup. Get a solid mid hero as well. I think this is going to put the Lone Druid in the mid lane, although it is Trixie's Druid, and Trixie does usually go towards the hard lane. We will really have to see. I think Lone Druid with the Bear will be able to force TA back just a little bit more, as opposed to the Windrunner, who's a little bit more bursty with the power shot, and relying on that a lot to chunk down her opponents. Won't really work too well versus a refraction of S4. So we'll just wait until everyone gets into this game. Alliance probably going to look to be very aggressive this game. Fnatic looking to be very defensive. So we'll see if Alliance can crack the turtling that is going to be the Fnatic side, and really get to the delicious meat that is Ira as well as Trixie with their kills, and get Loda and S4 fired up in the process. So yeah, that is going to be the game plan for these two teams.
5 seconds
and we will see if they manage to pull it off. Jumping ourselves back into this game. Let's go over who's playing what for Fnatic. We have Trixie on the Lone Druid, No Tail playing that Chen. Hani is going to be playing the Windrunner, probably mid. I mean, Hani usually does play mid, but they could switch really easily. Fly is on the Bane supporting Ira on the Anti-Mage. On the Alliance side, we have Loda on the Lifestealer, S4 on the Templar Assassin. Aki going to be playing the Keeper of the Light, EGM on the Rubik and Admiral Bulldog. Prepping for, looks like, the jungle. He's not even going to try to go for that hard top lane. He knows that the Anti-Mage is there. He knows that the Bane is going to be there. You will not see the heroes from Fnatic tri-lane, events of tri-lane. It's just not going to happen. So Let's get some of these, don't really care what, and yeah, deck the game out in our own little way. We can see already some good warding from No-Tail, preventing the double pull from Alliance, and No-Tail, I don't think he's going to stick around here. Yeah, he's going to go straight to the jungle, and he actually had smoke wards at level 1. He wants to hide himself from this Treant. No-Tail not going for any sort of mana regeneration or anything like that. Clearly he knows better than I do as to how you play Chen. But this says to me that they want to go aggressive in the early stage. You know, find a good creep, take him over, join with Fly, smoke up, and try to look for a kill in the mid lane. So S4 gonna have a little bit of time to farm up his bottle, but other than that, not too much. He's gonna have a Chen gank very early on to deal with. That's what we saw No-Tail hide himself from the Treant. He didn't want his item kit to be spotted out, and well, he was successful in doing so. Definitely did not get spotted out. I'm just gonna pause this really quickly and fix something. Alright, we are back. Yes, I think I do have a cold or allergies or something, so yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit of a rough cast. Hopefully this one is rather decisive. Don't think I'm going to get much casting done today. Probably leave game number 2 and game number 3 to a further point in time. Bane with an early invisibility rune. Actually going to pop it really early versus S4. I think he would actually save it just a little bit more, but maybe he spotted out EGM here as well and just wanted to get a little bit of pressure onto S4, maybe force out of a fraction where S4 may not have wanted to. But that's going to give her the TA enough damage to actually manage this lane rather decently. No-Tail going to chill around for just a little bit. Has used his... What? Why does he... How come... Okay. We're gonna figure this out. This is science time, guys. No-Tail used his something on something. Did he really take it? Oh, he had to... What? No? Okay, let's go all the way back. Treant's coming in and... Oh, he did Holy Persuade it. Or not yet, that's just a bug from moving back. Yeah, he needed to get that creep out of the camp, so he persuaded it. That is an interesting decision from No-Tail. Or maybe he'll persuade it right now. Yeah, there he goes. He needs to protect this camp, so forced out to use that Holy Persuasion. Gonna slow him down just a little bit. I like that play from Bulldog. I mean, he knows that he really can't do anything aside from jungle, so you might as well, at the same time, try to mess with the Chen jungle a little bit. And one Treant, not really going to be a big deal. I mean, he has Gloves of Haste, he has Clarities pooled to him from the support Rubik. He's going for as quick a hand of Midas as possible. So a very, very solid play from the Nature's Prophet. Just those tiny little things going to give him a small edge over the enemy jungling hero. The Nature's Prophet is going to be going full farm, whereas No-Tail is going to be going probably a little bit aggressive with that smoke that I mentioned earlier.
Radiant's bottom tower
Bottom lane, it is a bear trying to do a little bit of pulling, but there goes the Trixie's bear. A little bit of experience, a little bit of additional levels for this Keeper of the Light. And Trixie, a mile away. Really don't think he can get anything done in this bottom lane. Even if it does push up, Loda as well as Aki could easily go onto the Lone Druid with a little bit of aggression. Open wounds into an Illuminate charge up. That's gonna hit. That's gonna hit hard, and you can already see Trixie trading blows with Aki. He is gonna win this exchange, but well, maybe not unless if he gets hit by that. Unfortunately for him, Loda is nowhere to be found. But holy crap, this bear made a giant creep wave, and well, he's actually going to get a lot of experience for it. Slowing the bear down, Loda with the open wounds. Going to charge up the Illuminate as well. Going to hit pretty hard on the bear, but in the end, the bear fails to pull the aggro far enough because well, the creeps from his own side are going to intercept them. Loda, does he have another open wounds in 10 seconds? He will, but Trixie is going to get a lot of experience from this. He successfully defended his tier 1 tower as well. Not a single hit on it. And very well played by Trixie. He's going to take a lot of damage, going to force to kite. Probably won't get too much CS. Last hitting under a tier 2 tower is extremely difficult. But he will get a lot of experience. Probably hit level 4 at least. I mean, this is what, 4 waves of creeps here? And now he's going to get a couple last hits. But yeah, it's just a lot of guaranteed experience for the Lone Druid. In the meantime, Loda, as well as Aki, forced to tank up the tower as they walked their way out of there. So already roughed up just a little bit. Will burn some tangos, I guess, or just move back if you're Aki. And in the meantime, Ira just farming at the top lane. Ring of Health, 18 CS on him. He has no one to contest his farm, so it's going to be a very early push from No-Tail, holding a haste rune, but not really going to do too much aside from tank the tower for a couple shots. Kind of unnecessary. He doesn't really have any restoratives, but just going to use the Centaur to draw the creep wave away as the creeps do go to town on this tower. They should have enough to bring this down, especially since the Centaur are going to bring the creeps onto a wild goose chase. With the right clicks, they will be able to bring down tower very, very early on, giving Fnatic a good jump in gold. Going to help the Anti-Mage quite a bit, especially if he gets the slash right quick. Keeper of the Light killed by a neutral. I do think that was definitely intentional. He did not go back to the base. He wanted a quick trip to the fountain. He didn't lose much gold from that. Probably only lost single-digit gold, so no big deal. And who got the tower? It is the Anti-Mage who did get that tower kill. So he's well on his way to his Battle Fury now. 500 gold per minute, 3 minutes into the game is absolutely absurd. And Loda, he is holding up a little bit of gold. He's not going to go for a quick-handed Midas, it looks like. I mean, he already bought the boots, and he already purchased up a salve as well. So he's quite a ways away from it. He might not go for it, although he still can go for it. It'll be relatively quick, like 6 minutes or something like that. No, he's not going to get it. Phase boots is the option for him. Now he can go even more aggressive onto Trixie. Lifestealer, once he pops his salve, he can go super aggressive. And Nightmare onto Admiral Bulldog. Unfortunately, there's no real follow-up. No Tail already lost his Centaur, but it looks like it might not matter. Just one decisive push, No Tail, Era, and Fly. Going to put a lot of hurt onto the Towers of Alliance by taking down the Tier 1 and putting a lot of damage onto the Tier 2 as well. Whereas on the other end, there is simply no response. And Loda, did his salve ever get to him? No, it didn't. Loda's going to have to deal with that. Trixie, though, might be in a little bit of trouble. We do see EGM moving around. He does have a telekinesis, but Trixie, he definitely knows something's coming. He does have observer wards in the area, so he saw EGM coming in. Trixie not going to die here. So it is 0 for 1 in favor of... No, it's not 0-1. There's no first blood yet. That was a suicide. Aki died to the creep. So no kills yet in this game, 4 minutes in. Hani, how's he doing in this mid lane? 17 for 3 with 2 no talismans. Really needs that base damage in order to try to keep up with the refraction damage from the TA. But level 3 refraction, you're not going to be able to outlast hit that if it does come to a last hit race. Using that power shot to deal with S4 just a little bit, but S4 holding onto this lane very, very tightly. And Hani, he's getting a little bit of gold, he's getting a little bit of experience, so he's not doing poorly, but he's definitely not crushing the TA like you would see it, like a Queen of Pain or something like crush the TA. But it's a Wind Rider. What would you would expect? Hani is doing decently enough so that the TA doesn't get complete free reign over that mid lane. Hey Loda, finally got his healing salve. Trixie's got to be a little bit careful. I don't know where his bear is. It's actually really, really far away. Trixie going to instantly recall it back and get an entangle onto Loda as well. That entangle right under tower range. Loda is going to be fine to walk out of here. Teleportation from Fly is going to come in. But unfortunately, that was both really, really lucky for Trixie and really, really unfortunate for Loda. His teammates were just a little bit too far away, and as soon as that open wounds came up, instantly transforming into that true form. Getting that additional health, getting that additional tankiness on him. It's going to stymie once again the efforts from Loda to be aggressive, and he's sitting around at very, very low amounts of HP. He wants to hit that level 6 and use that Infest to get as much HP as he could get. But Trixie has an opportunity now to go for Loda. Going to stick the bear straight on him. Where's the entangle? First hit, instantly going into the rage though. Loda should be okay. Orb of Venom will slow him down. Is he going to chase this down? I think he should. This could be huge first blood for Fnatic. Loda going to hide into the trees, and he will be safe for now. He'll find his level 6 from these neutrals, but wow, that was really, really close from Trixie. Loda getting super unlucky. First hit entangle. It's a good thing he had rage, man. If he didn't have rage, that would have been the death of him. He's going to find the level 6 now, though, so he will have his full HP, or mostly full HP restore coming his way. Then once he has that, he'll be able to go right back to this lane. But EGM, though, you got to watch out for Trixie. He's getting his levels up. That huge double stack / pull kind of thing that he pulled earlier, I mean, that's a lot of experience for him. Loda now does have his Infest, so he could actually get some HP back. Luckily for him, there you go. Almost at full HP, and now he's going to be happy to continue farming on this bottom lane. Though Trixie, I mean, he's doing a lot better than Lone Druids ordinarily do. Lone Druids are typically zoned out really, really hard, get a little bit of experience, but right now, 7 minutes in, he's doing extraordinarily well in the level department. Farm is actually keeping up as well, so do you feel like Fnatic going to get the edge on, well, obviously the top lane, which got completely carved out. Anti-Mage does have his Battle Fury in the works. The jungle probably going a little bit better for the Chen than the Nature Prophet. No, Nature Prophet actually doing a little bit better. That's because Chen spends a lot of time pushing out that tier 1 on the top lane. And the mid lane, although this lane is the kind of weakest lane for Fnatic, really it's not losing by enough to really say that they have lost the lane. Now pushing the tier 1 bottom tower, Alliance looking to make a tower kill happen. The bear is around. We'll try to fit the deny, although Trixie's got to be careful. He's going to take a lot of damage from that Illuminate Sprout, holding both Loda as well as the bear back, but it will in the end give time for Bulldog to try to take down that tower. So it is so far 1 tower for 1 tower, although we do still have Ira on this top lane. Brought this tower down to dangerously low amounts of HP. And does he have his Battle Fury completed? Almost. 1 sword in the courier. S4 looking for blood in this top lane. Not going to find it versus Ira. Needs a lot of setup, actually. I don't think they have enough stun on the Alliance side to really kill off this anti-mage. Unless they burst him down, which it could happen with the Keeper of the Light and a TA. But really, they have to kill him within the duration of an only level 2 telekinesis. EGM needs a couple more levels. I would say, hell, even go for more telekinesis over Fade Bolt in this particular game. You need to hold out the anti-mage so you could actually kill him. Otherwise, I mean, you could go for an Orchid, which I think would be a solid pickup for Loda. Try to lock down that anti-mage, because Alliance only have 1 stun. And that's not going to be enough to deal with the enemy anti-mage, especially when he has a Battle Fury this early on in the game. Does he have it right now? No, just in a little bit. It'll be like a 10-minute, 11-minute Battle Fury for anti-mage. Still incredibly quick. S4 is heading towards his Blink Dagger. Unlike Hani, he was forced to buy these early game items in order to stick on the lane. So S4 is going to be well on his way to putting on a little bit of aggression. And once he has that, then Alliance's aggressiveness will really explode. S4 will be able to make plays happen with his Blink Dagger, get right into people's faces, and try to kill him off. We'll see if they can do it, though, because once again, it's going to be a lot up to the burst of the Alliance side. If their burst isn't there, then it's just not going to happen. Blink Dagger is now up for the TA. And we'll see what Alliance can do with this. A very early timing has struck for them. Wow, S4 actually finding a lot of stacks. Aki, as well as EGM, really doing a great job in this jungle, stacking up these camps so many times. But that gave S4 like 500 gold at least. Now we'll get his Blink Dagger and look towards Hani in the mid lane. Level 1 Wind Run might be enough to let him escape. And is there a trap? No, there's no traps that have been charged up for a long time, so S4 is going to have to look elsewhere for his kill. He wants to hide the fact that he has his Blink Dagger. He will do so successfully so far. Hani, got to be a little bit careful. A telekinesis into a charged up Illuminate will bring him down to enough damage that S4 can just chop his head off. And this might be our first blood right here. Just gotta wait for EGM to close the distance and get that telekinesis off. Where is it? Aki? He's gonna drop a sentry ward, instantly spotted, so Hani now knows that Aki's around, or someone's around. And he spots out S4 with his Blink Dagger, so probably aggression is going to be halted from here. Here though, 10 minutes in, whereas the TA has found a Blink Dagger, anti-mage has found a raw Battle Fury. 10 minutes in, no boots, no treads just yet, but with the amount of farm that he'll get from this item, he should be fine to move forward with those items. Actually, 11 minutes in, and we still have yet to see a first blood, so a rather tame opening. Gotta say, this does favor Fnatic. He let Ira get that much more space in order to get his Battle Fury up. And although Loda is farming at a relatively decent clip as well, Ira's going to be farming so much faster moving forward. Bulldog does have a Hand of Midas, so he could be a little bit competitive in the gold per minute chart. But really, the longer this game goes on without any aggression, the better it's going to be for Fnatic. Alliance, I guess they would like to get level 6 on Rubik, but really, they could have put the screws onto Fnatic a lot earlier. I mean, they're trying. S4 is moving around everywhere he could possibly go. But you need a little bit more. I mean, you really got to take it to the enemy side really quickly, and Ira almost got killed in 3 hits. Blink forward from S4 might kill off this anti-mage. Does have another blink, however, so he will escape successfully. Admiral Bulldog teleporting in. Decided not to use his Wrath of Nature. That would have been enough to kill off the anti-mage. 1 point in spell shield, not enough. But once again, anti-mage needs to get disabled. You can try to chase him down with the blinks, I suppose, but Ira, once he gets power treads and once he gets a Yasha, it's going to be a lot harder to really chase him down, just because with all the movement speed he's going to be packing. Mid lane, a little bit of a push from Alliance. And this tower now in a little bit of trouble. Hani as well as Fly are here. Power Shot will do good work to clear off this creep wave. He's got to make sure not to get telekinesed. S4 with a double damage plus refraction. Going to tear down this tower. Take no damage in the process.
Dire's middle tower is under
Really kind of a surprisingly low amount of... Oh, here we go. Ira going to find huge bank on this stacked ancient camp. Ira is going to get so much gold from this. Level 10 has been hit on him. Level 9 the Lone Druid. And 600 gold after buying the boots. He's going to get 900 gold total. That's almost his power treads right there. It's going to be in exchange for a tier 1 tower. And now Hani going to be spotted out. There's a blink forward from S4. Huge melt hit. Telekinesis as well. No wind run. as Admiral Bulldog, with one right click, even through the Infest, even through the Fade Bolt and Meld hit, this Admiral Bulldog's Nature's Prophet with 83 damage took the last hit onto Hani. We'll give him first blood, and they're going to keep going with this push. Nature's Prophet has maxed out Treants, and this tower is not long for life. S4 still doing the damage and zoning out Fnatic in the meantime, just with the sheer threat of his Blink Dagger. As soon as he blinks in, gets a huge melt hit, it's going to be Loda rushing to the front lines as well with the drum phase boots. The mid lane going to be completely carved out. Nature's Prophet ultimate going to fly on through. And everyone from Alliance going to fall back. Bottom lane, top lane, the world is their oyster right now. They can go anywhere they want. And Fnatic, with the Anti-Mage kind of being dead weight at this point, really can't contribute much to the fights. I mean, he does hit pretty hard, but if Alliance realize that he's there, then they'll instantly turn focus, and that's not going to be a living Anti-Mage for very long. Just because of the amount of damage that Alliance can put out. If they do notice the Anti-Mage is there, he'll be forced to blink out of there. But with one decisive push, Alliance do take the entirety of the mid lane, tier 1, tier 2. A lot of gold for them. They'll need it to keep up with Era. You can see that really everyone else from Fnatic suffering except for this Anti-Mage. I mean, Trixie was doing okay, but right now not too high in the gold per minute chart. Kind of fell behind a little bit. This is going to help. Roshan. And there's no wards in the area for Alliance, although Admiral Bulldog is going to spot this out relatively soon. Here we go. Let's see if they could actually make something happen. I think everyone's too far away. They're going to spot Roshan out, but that's about it. Fnatic do have ward coverage of this area as well. Aki with an Illuminate. Not going to find it in time. They're going to push 2 up onto the high ground, actually. They're going to burn 2 TP scrolls. There's no way of getting those heroes. Oh, they could power shot them down, actually. Or, yeah, that was power shot? What was that? What the hell was that? Wait, what? How did they... Hold on. Push to the high ground.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Force Staff. Oh, they have a Force Staff on Windrunner. I'm like, the only thing I can get out of there is power shot, but he just like plowed through the trees. Alright. Aki attempting for a kill on Roshan. He did do that before. I think it was what was it, like Star Ladder or something like that? He pushed everyone back and then fired off an Illuminate. Good times stepping off Roshan, but here we go, top lane, aggression onto Hani, instantly popping off the wind run. EGM though, getting the telekinesis from so far away. Hani's now gonna die. Second time, and Trixie spotted out. Does he have a TP scroll? He does not. Oh, this is gonna be the death of the lone druid if Alliance realize that he's up here. You're gonna first clear off the creep wave, let the their own friendly creep wave clear off the tower, and I think Trixie's now spotted out. First is gonna be the bear. There's the charger for the Illuminate. Trixie's stuck in a corner, has to fight his way out. But good luck fighting your way out of this. Even though all the trees have been destroyed, Trixie's going to go down. That means tier 1 tower on the top lane, possibly tier 2 as well, although Era pressuring the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane, forcing S4 back. It will still be at least 1 tower going the way of Alliance. So I think they'll be okay with that. Finding Trixie, finding Hani as well, and finding a tier 1 tower. Alliance, starting to put a little bit of aggression on. Still not the biggest kills and numbers, but the gold advantage, experience advantage, it's getting there for Alliance. That's really what they need to do as well, because Era is still farming. Now his Power Treads and Blade of Alacrity. I look away from this guy for like 2 minutes, and he has another, what, 2,000 worth of gold in his pocket. It's pretty absurd how farmed Era is going to get, but S4 actually outstripping him just a little bit. Just has 3,600 gold, so not using the gold quite yet. Although TA will probably go for a Desolator this game, just for burst. No tail, spotted out by invisible EGM. Telekinesis, you gotta do it like right now, man. But, oh, Trixie's here. That's another viable target. Blink forward from S4, and Trixie's in so much trouble. Gonna confront a little bit of that damage with that transformation, and S4 gonna get entangled. But here comes Loda and Admiral Bulldog. So there's the Infest, Sprout, Infest teleportation combination. Trixie will get sent back to the base, but Hani, once again, I don't know how, this guy is constantly being the target of aggression. But Windrunner will die a second time, third time actually. Almost all the deaths aside from 1 on the Fnatic side. A bloody fight there, but Alliance do only manage to pick up 1. But hell, they pick up 1. That's going to give Lifestealer a little bit more gold. Has finished his armlet as well. As for, with 4,000 gold, what are you actually going to get? My god, Aki going for the early game aggression items with the Medallion of Courage. So much minus armor. S4 going to blink straight in for the Courier attempt. Will not make that happen. Bulldog's here as well, but he's going to run straight headlong into Fly and Trixie. But S4 is here to do the damage. Open wounds onto Trixie. Huge burst damage onto Fly to do that refraction. And now Trixie on the run. The entangle onto Loda will help a little bit. Is there a disruption for this TP? There's enough damage, so you don't need one. And Alliance Now taking a 6-1 score, Fnatic, they have to stop getting picked off, but it's just so difficult with this S4 TA. I said before I didn't know if S4 can play TA, but I'm pretty sure now he can. I mean, you haven't really seen TA being picked up that much in the professional scene. You see him on occasion, but really has fallen behind in the mid scene. But now he spent 4,000 gold. Desolator is the pickup from S4, so the minus armor from Alliance is going to be absolutely huge, especially with that medallion pickup from the Keeper of the Light. Bulldog now does have a Shadow Blade as well, so these big items are coming up for the entirety of Alliance, whereas for Fnatic, their big items really only coming up for Era. Not necessarily a bad... Actually, no, Mech is up on the Chen. Not too bad, I guess. No Tail has managed to get a lot of farm, but now he's going to be in a ton of trouble. Here comes the Open Wounds. Fiend's Grip onto S4. Will hold him out. Loda going to get netted as well, but already it's the Chen dead. Now Fly on the run. Loda going to town on him. S4, does he have another blink? In 4 seconds he will. 4 staff up for Hani, but he takes a lot of damage from that Infest. Now he's trapped in the Sprout. He'll try to power shout his way out, but it's not going to be in time. And 9-1. This Alliance team, and I mean, they did nothing for, what, 10 minutes in? And then in the past 9 minutes, explosive amounts of team fight, all started due to S4. Now the Bear can take huge amounts of minus armor. There goes the Bear. Trixie gonna force to resummon, but he doesn't have one. This is gonna be the tier 3s. I mean, Ira's pretty damn farmed, but he's not farmed enough to stop 5 enemy heroes all by himself. No Tail. Where's his army? He has 1 creep. That's not enough right now. Tier 3 is gonna go down. Rax is gonna go down. Ira slowed down, lifted up into the air. There goes the Aegis. He's going to blink out of here straight after. They have a ton of burst damage on the Alliance side. They will let Ira escape, but the Raxes have gone down 19 minutes in. A devastating timing push based off of S4's Blink Dagger. And it works. It works so damn well. S4 is starting all these fights, bursting people down. And Fnatic, they're just pressured on all fronts, really. So, 19 minutes in, and after a really tame early game start, an explosive push now. Taking the Rax is so damn early. And S4, he's not looking to stop either. He has another 1,900 gold in the pocket. Can go for a Manta Style, can go for a BKB. BKB not really worth it in this game. Probably Manta Style, probably a Yasha. Another tower is going to get destroyed by S4. So much gold on this TA, who's really dictating the pace of the game for Alliance. He's telling them where they would need to go, and then as soon as he jumps in, it's going to be Loda as well as Bulldog jumping in at the same time as well with that Infest teleportation combination. Now Lifestealer even getting a couple items. Not going full on damage, he's going to go for bashing. Trying to get a little bit more control. They know that S4 has more than enough damage to go. And speaking of damage, Trixie is so dead. And a God flying through, but it's not in time. And Fly gets sprouted as well. This is going to be the death of the Bane. Here comes Ira, going to try to go for Admiral Bulldog. He will get him, but at the cost of his own life, and GG is the call. Alliance just farming for 10 minutes. And then after that 10 minutes happen, boom. They say the fun is over. Ira, doesn't matter how much farm you got, because we're going to crush you with a Blink Dagger TA. And wow, 20 minutes in, an absolute curb stomp. And I really don't know what Fnatic could have done. They, I don't know, maybe they needed a stronger mid-hero. I feel like if they had someone a little bit better, they could have shut down S4. But the pool of mid-heroes available was incredibly thin. And S4 just played that mid lane out very well. I mean, even though Fnatic, Trixie got a lot of experience in the bottom lane, even though Ira got a lot of farm in the top lane, just S4 just dictated the pace of the game so much that Fnatic weren't able to respond. I think if they picked up another stun, it would have been a little bit better. But, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for game number 1. We're going to be moving on to game number 2 some other day where I am not currently all congested and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Wait. What? I didn't get a single kill. Who died? Keeper of the Light died. When did he die? Can I move this thing back? I can. When did Keeper of the Light die? Well, he has a death right now. No, oh wait, Keeper of the Light died. When did the other one die then? Who died? Admiral Bulldog died? When did that happen? I didn't realize that Fnatic didn't get a single kill. Oh right, at the end when Ira popped him. Right. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. GG.